$1,500 to the $3,000. Just again, kind of from what I saw and having to approve. I mean, I did one just the other day for the truck inspection, something we do every year, and it was like $1,900. You know, so I don't. So for me, I feel that position, again, they're dealing with some bigger dollar items, and if I see that going on with other department heads, then I'll bring it to you, to adjust the policy. I kind of like the policy to work for what we're dealing with, as opposed to bucking it all the time. So.
Okay. Entertain a motion to approve the purchasing policy and regulations.
So,
Moved by Councilman Miller that we approve the purchase policy and regulation. Have a second? Second by Councilman Ponto. Any discussion? No further discussion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the Chautauqua Isle of Lights agreement.
Yeah, so this is kind of just basically I plug and played it from last year's document into this year's. It kind of just formalizes the fact that they can use that park. And one cool thing I kind of brought up, and it might have been in that write-up or something, because nope, I deleted it out. But I know it's something that reading what hold on here. What Glenn had written last year probably getting carried over, but I did go actually and see how much energy was being used. I think whatever that thing that Glenn started was at 50,000 at the time, so maybe that was 5-6 years ago, and he probably just kept moving it over. I actually got a report from Shelley and from Steve after all the meter readings, and I had it, but I can't find it around, but it was about 20,000, so we've almost cut it in half, which was pretty close to what some of them were anecdotally saying at the time, because again, all the LED changes they've made out there. I mean, a lot of their lights have gone to LED, and a lot of those big spotlights they've got out there now, they're looking at changing those. I mean, those would be the other big energy suck out there. So, so I thought that was pretty cool that that was a significant reduction in free electricity, I guess you could say, that we're having to give out there.
is that all measured separate from the white building, the pool area, and the street lighting? Or is all that included in one meter reading?
There was like 6 different meters.
They connect the street lighting down here during this, because it's all under one meter. And
Yeah.
the white building would be part of this too, because they are using it.
Just out of curiosity, are those displays down there along the road, is there any way that a bus can go down through there? I'm talking like a tour bus.
Would have to do the gate.
Like to go through the park?
Yes.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just thinking if there'd be, because I.
We can get our line truck through there, can't we?
They take a school bus.
School bus went through.
School bus through it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have the small school bus go through. I don't know if the big white, like the big tour bus could go
I think
through.
the gate would be the
Well,
biggest
then-
question.
Well, yeah, if we can get our line truck and our bucket truck through there, surely they could get a tour bus through there.
Yeah. You close if you want to try it.
You can go home and get my bus.
Yeah, I'll get my huge motor home and try it.
Slow down at the R's.
Yeah.
Make sure to turn on your parking lot.
In July. Okay, entertain a motion to accept,
So moved.
been moved that we approve the Isle of Lights agreement by Councilman Gingler. Do I have a second?
Second?
Second by Councilman Luttrell. Any further discussion? No further discussion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Next item on the revised agenda is an appointment to the tree board. And we're going to like to appoint Kent Sequoia Miller to the tree board.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, this position, if you all know, Lloyd Fugate passed away, so it's a huge loss to the community, and for that he was passionate about the tree board, and we're gonna have the Tree City USA here in Beloit here we had a meeting about today, so it's gonna be a lot of great things, and so unfortunately that's the vacancy that Kent gets to fill, but so again, I kind of want to publicly thank Lloyd for his service on the board and all this other stuff he did, but yeah, so.
entertain a motion to for the approval of appointment of Kent Miller to the tree board.
So moved.
Been moved by Councilman Ponto to approve the appointment of Kent Miller to the tree board. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Gingler. Any discussion?
You gonna be able to fill Lloyd's shoes?
No.
Yeah.
Big shoes. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same.
Same.
Motion carries. Next, let's see. I guess we got adjourn. Do we do the adjournment
Yes.
before the public? Yeah, okay.
Move we
Entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Councilman Ollie to adjourn. Have a second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Ponto. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. We are adjourned. Turn the meeting over to the Public Building Commission Chairman.
Andy, I'd like to have a call to order, but Andy, would you please do a roll call?
Matt Audie,
Here.
Tom Dawes,
Here.
Kent Miller,
Here.
Okay, next, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the last Public Building Commission.
I move we approve the minutes of the Building Commission.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And now, at this point, I'll entertain an adjournment.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Stand adjourned.
Can I ask what the purpose or the responsibilities of, no, I'm being serious, what the real.
Because it's important to us three.
No, I'm sure,
Yeah.
I'm really trying to sort of figure out what.
You
the-
have a, it's a show kind of thing. PVC allows you to have basically to use financing tools, so it doesn't count towards your geo debt limit. So you use that for your the pool. I don't know anything else that we.
so far nothing.
Yeah.
else.
So you could use I think like if you had a hospital or some other there's
county uses it.
yeah county use exactly. So they have their own public building commission. So unfortunately, they have to keep it active and meeting. And there might be something down the road to use it for. I don't know.
Actually, it's just to show you how fast a meeting.
Yeah, that's how you do a meeting right there.
See, Matt gets you through them a lot quicker than I do.
Are you saying he should run for mayor?
He's 25 signatures.
You're a ball over town being mayor.
I could probably find a few that don't like it. Anyways, okay, Katie, do you have anything at this time?
No, I don't.
Thank you very much. Mr. Raby?
Guess just kind of highlight a few things I did last week. Or last couple weeks, we had local government days, so I know Lee went over with us and Heather and listened to the state legislators a little bit, kind of talk about the tax lid, but then talk about their $900 million annual deficit. So there's really no news there. Kind of what they were talking about was probably some solutions to their budget gap, and probably some adjustments to the tax lid method. At this point, if we go beyond that CPI or Consumer Price Index number, then we'd have to get to a vote to approve the budget, and probably what they're gonna do is kind of compromise in the middle of maybe a protest petition, so you could go beyond that, and maybe opening yourself up to getting enough signatures for a petition to put it to a vote. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, we'll play within the rules that we have. But otherwise, I didn't really glean a whole lot else from it besides that they have a huge hole over in Topeka, and they're working on some ways to probably get it fixed. They kind of act like the LLC thing will probably get changed and that kind of thing. So we've also had went to the Mitchell County Planning Commission. They've been meeting ever since the ETJ thing happened. So I went over there to kind of, they wanted me to come introduce myself and kind of start listening and interacting with them, and I think, hopefully build some rapport, and I think ultimately, my goal and hopefully it'll be theirs is, to work out some sort of a common ground there, and how we can, move this forward to benefit everybody, and potentially couch that a little bit different way. So nothing huge happened from it. They're gonna basically probably bring in some counties, like Russell County and some of those other areas that are similar to us, to kind of see what they did and how it worked, and so hopefully there'll be some positive things come out of it, for both parties in that scenario. So hopefully that was beneficial. Like I said, we had our open house here last week for the East Main. We had about probably 20 plus people come to that, and that was a productive meeting. And also I went to the Mitchell County Hospital, their annual banquet, and again, just kind of a good thing to go to. I figured to kind of see, it's a great asset to have in our community, and to kind of see how they were doing, and again, kind of continue to support your local hospital, and there's still communities in Kansas that are losing theirs, and so I think it's pretty awesome that we have what we have here, and can support it. So otherwise, I'd entertain any questions you guys have. Not a whole lot of movement on some other stuff. I know we got the CIP conference that we'll be going, some of us will be going to here in February. We talked about East Main, working through our own CIP, kind of getting that all into one thing. The rep for Kyle didn't end up showing up, so I'm gonna have to re-engage with that person. In the meantime, I figured it's a good way to knock mud off people's cars, it looks like, so, that rough crossing.
I noticed Concordia's was fixed.
Is it? Okay, yeah, so
It's very
I
nice.
should go call them and find out who they talked to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drive through all the other ones, they're great. Yeah, so that's about all I had that we won't talk about at this point.
Little Red Schoolhouse, any change since the 12th?
Yes, and that was January 12th, so we met January 12th, and basically, I don't have any change since it, because Morgan was gonna work on pricing, and so, yeah, we don't have anything yet, so I'll check, that's a good reminder. Yeah. All right.
Okay, water project.
So kind of what I put together in here was a kind of just a real rough timeline, and I'll probably make it a little bit prettier and compact, but I kind of just threw this on paper as best I could, and kind of, what's this? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Kind of what I want to do is, obviously a lot of citizens are asking us questions and wanting to know where we're at, and it's a big complex issue. We obviously have our existing water plant that we're working on some of the CT calculations, trying to get that to treat the water correctly, and basically KDAG made it pretty clear to us they want that particular horse in front of the cart before we get moving too far down the road on a new plant, or even going through the review of this study. So we've really been focusing on that. I know Dan Clare at KDG, they've had in the queue since January 17th. I emailed everybody out that evening that they had received it. John Brummer included some new details. Dan made a comment today about, so they are looking at it, kind of going through it. So hopefully that will, we'll get that treatment process here approved here in the next month or so that we can kind of put that behind us and then really fully engage the results of the pilot study and that reporting, and kind of, because that kind of works in conjunction with us and KDHE. It does us no good if we say, oh yeah, that's how we want to do it, and KDHE is like, whoa, we need to address this, X, Y, Z. So there's going to be some kind of side-by-side things that are going to be happening there. So another primary reason I wanted to put this timeline together was obviously a potential funding component for this, if we choose to move forward, is a CDBG grant, especially if we can get the regionalization part of it, because then there's $1 million available, and that'd probably be then worth pursuing. But the big thing is you can only go for one CDBG grant a year. Well, obviously, we talked to the Carol Torkelson here about within the last week or so, and there's also the housing rehabilitation and rehab and demolition, rehabilitation and demo grant that we really had a successful time with here in this last go around, and so that's also available. Well, do we go for that, or we wait to go for the water part of it? And kind of what I wanted to do is say, hey, if I recommend saying, hey, let's go for the housing rehab rehabilitation, I don't want people or residents or yourselves to think, hey, we're putting that on the back burner. It's more like, how can we dovetail this so we're really maximizing the pots of money that are available to us. And so I think by putting this on paper and talking with Stuart and kind of and Jim and kind of thinking through this, this kind of just says, hey, there's a lot of steps we still have to do before we can even think about how are we going to starting to apply for funding and chasing after that kind of thing. So as you can see, basically sorry, this got split into two. I'll have to put this together better, but it'd be April, February, about this time next year is when we'd be saying, okay, we've kind of got an idea of what we're going to do, assuming again we haven't shut it off before that. We can say, oh, we don't want to do anything, but assuming it's always a yes every door we open, that's when we're going to be doing a lot of engineering and design and going after the CDBG stuff and doing all those things. So in the meantime, we're still going to, we got word back that we can use those surveys that we had started to, and I told you, wait, CBG, or is it Department of Commerce, I believe, or said that, oh, you can't use those anymore. Well, now they said, you can use those now. So we can use them still, so we got the master list and we're gonna talk with the rural water, especially the 2 that are interested, well, the one we already have, and then 3 is interested, and really hit those as well until that June 1st deadline to see if we can get to that 51% LMI, because then we're good for that till 2022. Okay, so it's a win-win for them and for us, because they'll have their own section, so even if it all falls apart, and they say, or they even say, say 3 backs out at some point, well, they may need new pipes or something to their plant, and they can use that same data if they qualify on their own for this. So it's beneficial for all of us to be going after this. So again, that's kind of what I'm saying. There's a lot of concurrent things that we'll be doing, and the cart still has to be moving forward, but I still think that, let's go after that, which we'll talk about here in a second, the rehabilitation grant in concert with this. So didn't know if there's any questions. Like I said, this is kind of a rough draft what I've got. I'll try to get it better, get it compressed onto a better sheet than this. Yeah, Andrew?
My question basically is, where do we have to have the input of rural, who's gonna be joining us in this process?
Yeah, that's a really good question that I don't know. I don't have a feel for. Let me think here. I would say